Let's see some more of the PS4 collection. To the table. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. I think this game is pretty cool. Like, in terms of, like, I don't know if anyone's ever played this game, but it's hard. It's actually very hard. Not, like, mega hard, but it just controls a bit floaty. On purpose, like, mind you, but you could go fight the main boss early, but it's like a 20-25 minute slog to the end, and if you get hit at any point in that level, you will die. And then all the levels you do building up to that add a hit point at the end for the final boss, and that's cool. So, you know, there's like 60 levels or something like that. So if you do it, you can get hit 60 times in the final level and make it easier for yourself. But if you wanted a challenge, you could go straight through the very last level first. It's cool. It's neat. It's a fun concept. I really enjoyed it. That was pretty sick. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuels. I think this game is neat. I don't want to 100% it, but I think it's neat. With all the extra online stuff that they're doing with it, I don't like that. Like, I like the idea. I like the fact that they're, like, still giving it life after the game's launch, like, in terms of, like, online stuff. But with all the unlockable characters and stuff, I just think this is a solo, single-player racing game. And I know that's weird to say, because it's, like, a racing game. Racing games are kind of, like, meant for more than one player. But you have a story, or, like, it's good, though. I really enjoyed CTR. The drift mechanics fun. But it's good. I like it. Battlefront 1, not Battlefront 2. I didn't buy Battlefront 2 because, yeah, we don't like what EA did to Battlefront 2. But Battlefront 1, it was pretty sick. I think I missed the hype window for when this came out, but it's pretty good. Overcooked. This is a neat little party game. We do love a neat little party game here. You can never have too many cooks in the kitchen, and then that's when the house burns down. Overcooked is good. I don't know if I finished this. I definitely got somewhat far, but, you know, playing this with a second person, definitely it's a test of patience and a lot of communication. You could only probably play it with another person. Once you start playing with more people, that's when it gets a bit messy, and you really have to be knowing, and maybe even just be a straight-up certified chef. Moving Out, it's the same deal. I think it's made by the same guys, I'm fairly sure. But, you know, you're moving a house instead of cooking. It's very similar, you know, moving furniture in and out of a house in a time limit compared to cooking. I don't think I really played too much of this one. I think I played more Overcooked than Moving Out, but they're in the same kind of, like, grouping, I think. Okay, let's get into some more interesting stuff. So, Dead Cells. Roguevania? Is that what they're calling it? Oh, yeah, no, Dead Cells is kind of a Roguevania, because you got a bunch of branching paths and stuff. Dead Cells is alright. I think I gave this a very, very good go. More of a go than I think I wanted to, because I got to a point there where I was like, this isn't clicking with me right now. But I just kept going. Like, I just pushed through it, because I was like, there's something in there that I really like. I just don't know what it is, and I didn't find it. But I kept going, because I was like, oh, I'll find it. And maybe if I replayed it at some point, I would, like, fall in love with it, or, like, it'd be my new favorite thing. I know they've got a new one coming out. It's like Dead Cells mixed with Castlevania or something, and that looks kind of sick. Definitely got me excited for that. Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain Combo Pack. These games annoy me. Don't think this type of game works anymore. And I say this type of game, and I don't mean Walking Dead or like any of the Telltale stuff, because that's different. And I stand by that. Those are different. These ones are like those gritty, like realistic kind of deal. Like they don't have any edge to like gimmicky stuff to them. Like The Walking Dead is based on The Walking Dead. It's got that cell shade art style. It's very unique looking in that way, and that what sets it apart from something that looks like this, where it's like these are people. This is a story. You're playing a movie. This is real life. Everything you do is real, and you know you're interacting in this movie cinematically, right? Whereas you got like Walking Dead, is very, like, you're in a very fucked situation and good luck. If that makes sense. I know these ones that you are put in very, like, difficult situations, but it's doesn't have that edge to it, so I kind of just go, this is either a movie or I'm bored. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I want to play through Heavy Rain, mainly because it's kind of goofy. Beyond Two Souls, I probably could skip on. That's probably, like, my honest opinion. Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. This one's a little bit dusty. I don't know why, because I played this recently. Let's check. Lego Batman 3 is very different to the trilogy. I'm not going to say too much about Lego Batman 3 because, again, I will be playing through the entire Lego series at some point. But I've replayed this one probably more recently than others. I originally hated this game. I was like, this is boring and bad and whatever. But, like, once I had started this, like, saga to find the best, this one's not as bad as some of the other ones I had played. You got a whole open world in Lego Batman 2. This one, you're just on the JLA, you know? It's good, though. It's alright. You're definitely very, like, Green Lantern focused, and he's not the strongest character out there, so making a whole Batman game around Green Lantern doesn't exactly fit the vibe, but it's solid. I'm not going to rank him, because I'll be playing this later, and you'll hear my opinions in, like, 4 years when I play that game at this rate, because that's how long it takes for me to play Lego games and finish editing them and everything else. I can't even read that. Dragon Crown Pro? Yeah, can you read that font? Look at that. Look at that font. Okay, now you see it in the camera a bit better. That's better. But yeah, I don't even know what this is. This is a lot going on. That's awful font to pick, honestly. The classic action brawler. This one, again, we kind of just grab them when they look pretty or they look like they're gonna stand out on the shelf. And this one definitely does. So maybe this is kind of like gives me Odin Sphere vibes. That's a very obscure kind of one to talk about. Deformers. This came out and it flopped and I don't think I even got to play it. Think like a Mario Party minigame. Like one of the ones where you're like bouncing them off cliffs and stuff. That, an entire online game, and that's it. It's just that mini game online. I don't even know what would happen if I put it in right now. I don't think anything would even turn on. It'd just be like, well, game's fucked. Far Cry 5. I think I wanted to really like this game. I think it's the same deal as Dead Cells, right? Where I gave it a lot more of my time than I was like actually wanting to give it, just because I wanted to have something more than this, like more than the experience I got out of it. I was like, if I just keep going with it, it'll get better, or the gameplay loop will really like hook me in. And I played for like maybe like 3 or 4 hours. I was like, this is not clicking. That sucks. And I didn't really pick it back up. I know how it ends, and I know that like they always do good villains in Far Cry games. I didn't play 6, so like citation needed. Like I didn't play 6, so I don't know about 6's bad guy. But I liked him. He was pretty cool. I know this leads into one of the spin-off games as well, and that's kind of neat. Again, maybe if we pick it back up now, I might enjoy it. Nah, this one I was very excited for this one when it came out because I do be a big little Destruction Derby head. I wouldn't go to like any like live shows or anything, but I just think car crashes and like destruction's just satisfying in like a chaotic way. It's good. I think it's a bit more online than I wanted it to be when it came out, and that kind of bummed me out because I was like, I just want to blow stuff up and bash some cars together. You know, okay, you ever played Burnout? And like that destruction little minigame in Burnout is kind of cool. I think this is Injustice 2? Yeah, it's Injustice 2. I liked Injustice, the first one. I did not like Injustice 2 as much. Story-wise, I didn't like Injustice 2 as much. Injustice 1, though, that was quite good. I remember playing through Injustice 1 a heap on the PS3, and then I played it through Injustice 2, and I was like, this is fine. It doesn't really do anything more than Injustice 1, it's just more of that. And I guess that's what do I expect from a sequel? But I don't know. I just was hoping for a little bit more oomph. And then you're just fighting Brainiac at the end. I don't know. Superman is just a cooler villain, in my opinion. Phantom Pain. I didn't finish this. The intro is super long, but I think because I bought it at the time and I didn't realize the complexity of Metal Gear Solid. So I picked it up thinking, oh yeah, I'll be fine picking it up at 5. And I made a mistake because, yeah, you did like the first like hour of this game and it is chaos. It is chaos. There's so much happening and you just don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. So after playing for the first hour, I was like, this is fine, but yeah, I couldn't get behind it. Maybe if I played through the series and I had maybe watched like a 7-hour lore dump video on it, it might be a bit more interesting, but for now, I'll get solid 5. This is one that I hear really no one talk about in like sounds weird, but the LEGO community. No one really says anything about LEGO Avengers. Everyone has an opinion on LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1 and 2, but no one really says anything about Avengers. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if it's more like a licensed kind of movie tie-in, which is what I'm assuming it is, because Avengers probably came out around the same time. But like, it might be cool. It might be cool. I might enjoy it. I might not. This one's kind of like on the fence, but I don't think it'll like boost up into like my first preference of best LEGO game. But I definitely think it could go either way. It could be the worst thing, or one of the worst games I played on this LEGO little adventure, or the best one, or one of the better ones. I think I'm standing on that hill that it probably won't be like top 3. I could be wrong. My opinions may change by the time I'm 30. Assassin's Creed Unity. Yeah. Not to be sold separately. What is that? Did I buy it in a bundle? Maybe I bought it in a bundle. Paris, 1789. So yeah, so this is like set in the French Revolution. It's pretty good. They definitely like emphasize the 4-player co-op over their story, and it shows. Neither of it's great. Like the 4-player co-op is okay, and then the story itself is passable. It's fine. I don't know. I enjoyed the story. I couldn't tell you exactly what happens because everyone wears a hood, so I can't. All the names of the characters in this game, couldn't tell you. But this is probably one of the last ones I finished. I don't want to say enjoyed because I couldn't tell you any story beats. I couldn't tell you anything that I was like, this is a standout moment from the Assassin's Creed universe. No, I can't do that. God of War 2018. So not Ragnarok. Solid, good game. Oh, maybe earlier than that. Maybe, I don't know, 2016? Nah, probably, I don't know. It's good, though. God of War. I finished it. I liked it. It was good. That's all I gotta say about it. I don't know. There's something else I was missing. Maybe it's an appreciation for the series as a whole. Because I didn't play the original 3 growing up. The connection between the boy and Kratos is good. Got a good, like, world-building atmosphere to it. What was it? Boulder is a great boss who's kind of like just around. It's a good game. Probably overshadowed now by by the second one that's out. PlayStation World VR Worlds. There is only one good thing in this pack, and that is the London Heist. It's actually like a cool little, maybe like 45-minute story like thing where you're going on a heist mission with this guy here. Vin Diesel wannabe dude. Look at him. And yeah, you're just going through and you're shooting a bunch of stuff and you're cracking saves and, you know, getting mission briefs and whatnot. It's alright. One of my first experiences with VR, and that was pretty sick. This whole package is kind of like whatever. It's very much like a welcome to PlayStation VR package. Hey, it's Knack 2, baby! I don't think I finished Knack 1, but I don't think I really missed out on much by missing out on Knack 2. I could be wrong, and if that is the case, I'll play it at some point. It's just one of those ones that it will definitely get pushed below my list when other things come out, or like I'm feeling nostalgic or whatever. It's not at the top of my list of things to play. I'd play it at least once. Kingdom Majestics Limited Edition. Looks pretty. Defend, explore, build, conquer. Huh. I don't really know too much about this one. Not gonna lie to you. The art style is pretty as heck, though. Again, some of these my brother has picked up because they were like quite cheap, and he's like, "Oh, I bought some for the collection," and then neither of us end up playing it or really anything. So this one's kind of neat. I would be interested to look at that one. There was that one, and maybe like another couple that were in here that I was like, "Oh, this one, same deal." Looks like it's like a double pack of the The SteamWorld games I've actually heard are quite good. These apparently have 10s and 9s, but they're on IGN, so you can kind of pay for those. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but, like, yeah, I never really see anything on IGN with lower than, like, a 6, so I don't know if that really means much. This would be kind of cool. I'm not really sure what these games even are. Turn-based strategy game? And there's, okay, so SteamWorld Heist is a turn-based strategy game, and Dig is a platformer? Yeah. That's kind of cool. These might be a fun little side series to do. It's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I played this for maybe an hour in total, ever. It's okay. I mean, it's a shooter on a console. A competitive shooter on a console. Like, it's definitely like a lot of those. I'm not a big like online gamey guy. Like, and I wasn't growing up, so I definitely didn't like have that in me. But from memory, it didn't feel limited, but it didn't feel like complete, if that makes sense. I don't think I would give it another go, mainly because these aren't my like bread and butter. You know, I'm not a big fan of Valorant or CS:GO or any of those games, mainly because I just can't do FPSs very well. I can play them competently for the most part. Cloudpunk. This is like a taxi game. This one seems cool too. Seems like you're like a courier. So yeah, semi-illegal delivery company. That's kind of cool. It's got like, yeah, that cyberpunk aesthetic, and you're just like a taxi driver, but for parcels. You're like UPS, but cool, with sunglasses and nanotechnology. That's nice. It might be a fun little one to have a look at some point, just off the beaten path again. Again, I think that's kind of what part of the reason why I'm doing this like thing right now is to find the ones that I know hidden in here, but I'm too lazy to like actually sit down and look at them. So if I look at them and share with you guys and let you know what I'm thinking about them, maybe there'll be something in here that you're like, oh, that kind of sounds neat. I mean, maybe not this. Disney Infinity 2.0. You know, so these were like the Toys to Life era of games. This is the second version of this. I don't know. They were cool at the time, I think. They're not cool, but like they were interesting. Having all these different characters and stuff, they just didn't have enough for them to do. I remember they had Jack Skellington and they had Phineas and Ferb and they had all these characters you could get, but you couldn't really do anything with them. So like, what are you like? Why do I have to buy a whole separate game to play with characters that I also have to pay for that I can't do anything with, really? Like, in terms of like the story or like any playmats or anything like that, they were just extras for you to buy because they're collectibles. Everyone likes collectibles, right? That's just my opinion. I mean, okay, this is like the sports section now, so you know, FIFA 2014, don't really have a soft spot for these sports games. I like them when they're buggy and messy and, you know, you play them on version 0.1 when it's like day one release and there's all these bugs in them. That's when I like to play these games, but competitively or like as an actual sport. So if I had to rank all the sports games, right, the NBA series would be probably at the bottom because it feels like I'm playing the team who's playing the sport, right? Whereas soccer is like, oh, I'm playing as the team. It feels like, I don't know. I really hope that makes sense, but it might not at the same time. Plus, microtransactions are pretty bad in most of these sports games. They're not my vibe anyway, but still. Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3's good. Dark Souls 3 was one of like my first Dark Souls, or maybe it was Bloodborne, but it was like, I've definitely played Bloodborne, and then it was Dark Souls 3. And then I got halfway through Dark Souls 3, I got lost, and I got shitty, and then I stopped playing. That's my experience with Dark Souls 3. Like, when I eventually get around to this series, like Dark Souls 3, I'll definitely have a better experience with it. But for now, I enjoyed it, though. I definitely enjoyed Dark Souls 3. I probably couldn't have any standout moments. I know I had to light a fire in a tower at some point, and that's about where I stopped, and that's it. I don't know. I don't really remember much about Dark Souls 3. Maybe that's like really early in the game and I just got lost and went in circles, but who knows? Maybe when I pay a bit more attention and get into it, I'll enjoy it more. Destiny. And I mean, obviously, not obviously, but like, I've got Destiny 1, And I won't have Destiny 2 because I didn't play much of Destiny because it's an MMO. Well, online game. Live service game, right? Is that what you call them now? I played the raw version of Destiny, like Peter Dinklage, bad voice acting, Destiny 0.00 whatever. And it was alright. There was definitely no story in that version of the game I played. Maybe if I played more versions of the game with all the story in it, then I may have enjoyed it more. But yeah, no, I wasn't gonna put triple my money into a game like that. No thanks. Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed Origins is pretty good. Again, this is in that trifecta of new era Assassin's Creed games, which I think are interesting. I think they're a bit more like replayable for that, like having that new era to them. This one's like an RPG. You know, you can kind of make a different build or whatever and emphasize your stealthy ability or whatever. I don't know. Does that make sense? This one's interesting. I mean, you have a pet eagle, which is always caca. That's from all my eagle friends out there. Gran Turismo Sport. Me and my dad always used to love a bit of, Gran Turismo, sorry. And your driving games are fun. And what we would do sometimes is we would set up the track and we'd play multiplayer. And one would go the other way on just like the Daytona circuit. So, you know, that big oval. One would go the other way and one would go the opposite way on the track. And then we just fucking ram into each other as hard as we could and like throw the cars around. And it was fun. That's definitely like one of the highlights like I've had with the Gran Turismo series as a whole. I don't know about Sport. I don't think we really did that around this time when it came out. But, you know, it's a realism racing game. I would love to get like a steering wheel and really just see how it actually feels. Because we had one back in the day, but Trials Fusion. Neat little physics-based bike game. Kind of reminds me of, let's say, Downhill Rush, if you ever played that mobile game. Obviously a lot more complex than that mobile game, but still. It definitely got difficult towards, like, the latter end of that game. And I don't think I finished it for that reason. But, I thought it was cool. Limited edition, lads. This one's actually rare. Queen, Let's Sing. Still in the box. I have the microphones that came with this as well. It's just like it's like a $4,000 in copy. It's not. I don't know. It cost me like less than $5, I'm pretty sure. And I bought it just because I can buy those shitty microphones, and the microphones sound like garbage, and I think it's funny. What songs do we have on here? Another One Bites the Dust. That's a classic. Who Wants to Live Forever? I like that. These are good Queen songs. Honestly, if you had to pick a Queen Let's Sing package, this is definitely the one to pick. Your options are quite limited, so, you know, choose wisely. The Batman double pack. So these are the two Arkham games. So City and Asylum. I like Asylum more than I like City, but that's also because I played a lot of Arkham Asylum. So maybe if I played Arkham Asylum and I played Arkham City at the same time, I might feel different about it. But it's just more compact, and I think it's cooler, and it's just like easier to kind of just like sit on an afternoon and play it. Whereas Arkham City is like, oh, you probably need like a week or a weekend to just kind of sit down and play it. Whereas Arkham Asylum, I can probably just finish in a day, and I have, you know, sat down for 6 hours, finished Arkham Asylum. I'm like, yeah, I've done something with my day. I think I played Arkham Asylum. What did you do? This one's bad. I'll fight anyone who tries to defend this. This one is bad. Maybe the version on the PS4 is not the best version to play this game on. Maybe the PC version is perfect. Maybe the Xbox version is perfect. Maybe the Switch version is perfect. But the PS4 version of this game is trash. It's bad. I am not excited to replay this game. There's a lot of stuff that they don't do right in this game. You don't have any X-Men characters in a Marvel game because they don't have the license to them, and so it's really awkward. And they just try and they don't have even like all your main characters are like the imperfects or whatever they are. So you got Black Bolt as your main characters and stuff like that. The main characters aren't even cool. Lego Superheroes 2. I'm excited to play that one. People are going to be like, you should play that one next. You should play that one next. Just out of spite. To those people, I want to say thank you for commenting on my videos. It always helps. But also, please send help. Knack. Everyone, it's Knack. Look at the little goofy guy. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. It's Knack. He's here. I don't know how to feel about Knack though. I remember this game being far more serious than it looks. And like everything's like weirdly animated where it's like stiff but not stiff at the same time. Like a guy will punch something and it doesn't really look like he punched him. He kind of just like, if that makes sense. Everything's like slower, but it's meant to feel like it's fast. Little Big Planet 3. I flippin' love the first Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet 1 and 2 as well. I definitely liked 1 the most though. 1 had some of the craziest levels. I loved 1 so much. The skateboarding level in 1, where you just go straight down a hill and just fucking flop off. That's banger. I don't know about Little Big Planet 3 though. I think it's a bit too much story. There's like, there's too many like novelties into this game. You got birds and you got the dog and like side characters and stuff. Like when it was just him, the sack dude, and that was it, and just pure vibes. That's kind of where Little Big Planet was at its peak, in my opinion. Little Big Planet 3 is okay. Has a lot of loading screens from what I remember as well. Final Fantasy 15. I liked this game quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I liked this game quite a lot. I remember playing this, and I didn't do too much extra, like in terms of like collectible or whatever, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite nice. I think his story as a character is quite nice. It's definitely up there. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy, what's that, 15, 16? Final Fantasy 15, because 16's the new one that came out. I don't know about 16 yet. Ghosts of Tsushima. This won so many awards, and I didn't play it. I think, again, this is probably around the same time I got another like big wave of games for Christmas, and I just got overwhelmed with choice. Or this could be also when I just didn't play games for like a good couple of months. It was just like on and off. I'd play one and I'd be like, this is cool, and then I didn't play much more. Like I'd play one game that I thought was interesting. Like I wasn't just like playing everything. I was being very selective for like no reason. We got a hard copy of Fallout 4, like in a tin case, which has an Xbox Live thing in it for a PS4 game, so that's kind of neat. The Shadow of War series. So this is the second in this, I guess, duology, because there's only 2 of them. But like the Nemesis system in this is quite sick. Like just fighting your way up the ranks. I think in the second one, so this is this one, you get like a big brutey bad guy kind of deal, and he's like your bumbling psychic. He's pretty funny. I don't really remember much else from this game other than the Nemesis system in both of them, really. But like the Nemesis system is super sick, and I wish they would just put it in more stuff, because that's such a fun mechanic that I want to see more games have. And shit, Shadow of Mordor, same deal. So this is the first one in this series. I think it's alright. Like I don't know how I feel about. I played through Shadow of Mordor recently. I didn't finish it as a part of a couple of streams I did here. So if you want to, you can go check them out. But like, it's fine. It definitely has its moments of like, oh, it's of this era of game. That makes sense. Like it's very like, oh, waypoints and checkpoints, and it has a cool way of doing story actually, because you can kind of do story in like 4 separate. The story kind of branches out into 4 separate things, but they all like connect somehow, and then they like link back to each other. It's cool. The way they do their story is quite nice. And again, the Nemesis system is definitely one of the highlights of that franchise, that Shadow of Mordor franchise. Oh, okay, it's just another steel case for Arkham Knight. I liked Arkham Knight more than I played Arkham Knight, I think. I played Arkham Knight like twice, and I didn't really play it again after that. But I really liked it when I played them. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't play Arkham Knight more. The story's good. I mean, yes, predictable, fine. But in terms of like, if you know your Batman stuff, you go, oh, that's the dude who is canonically that guy. The Bat vehicle's fine. I mean, probably a little bit too much of the Bat vehicle, but still. This is the Infinity 3.0, so that's kind of neat. More characters and more of the same as what I just said about Infinity 2.0. But this time you have Star Wars characters. I don't know if you had Star Wars characters in the first one. Oh no, I think I don't can't remember. I can't remember. But I know you. Yeah, I know they had like a whole wave of new stuff you could do with the Disney. With like they had Star Wars and Marvel characters, and I think 3 was like the introduction of them. Yeah, it's all the same. Like that era of Toys to Life video games. Oh, all right. Spicy territory. Lego City Undercover. I have played and 100% of this game. I didn't realize this was a sequel, first off. I don't know if anyone else knew that, but yeah, it's originally a DS game. I think. I could be wrong in saying that, but so it'd be very cool to play through the first one, see how, like, what that game is like, and then compare it to this one, and then go from there. It's cool. It's cool. In terms of this game, I like some of the mechanics that they do. I also don't like some of the things that they do. The open world is huge, and you don't have a great way of getting around. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. The story is kind of fun. There's a lot of moments where I'm like, hee hee, haha. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Haven't played this, to be honest, but I'm always down to have a go. Maybe in between like a Kingdom Hearts game or something, I'll play through Remake, because they're very much like of the same speed. I know this remake kind of takes the original story and kind of goes a bit of a different direction with it, and that's fine. Kingdom Hearts Prologue 2.8 final chapters. Yeah, so what's this? Dream Drop Distance. Yeah, Dream Drop Distance is 0.2 Birth by Sleep, and you've got Back Cover, which is like the movie. I didn't really watch the movie too. Oh no, I think I've seen the back cover movie. Yeah, I have. This is about the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Dream Drop Distance is kind of good. A bit like weird on how it does its thing, because you can only play as one character while the other one's sleeping, and like once he wakes up, you switch characters again. It's kind of cool. I do like the fragment passage. It's quite short, but it is what it is. It's just more Kingdom Hearts. They're just always fun. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a couple of games, but if I find them, I'll show them off at a later date. Doom 2016. I really liked Doom 2016. I thought it was a lot of fun. The shooting is quite good. You know, it's very much turn your brain off and shoot some dudes to death kind of deal. Chainsaw a guy in half. Sure. Why not? It's Doom. Do what you want. Deadpool. I don't think I played the PS4 version. I think I bought a copy. Oh, a bit dusty. I think I bought a copy for PS3 when it came out, because, you know, Deadpool was definitely like the dude at the time. Chimichangas and stuff like that, right, fellas? It's a bit short, but I don't know. Maybe like the humor doesn't like stick as well as it did back in like 2015 when the game was probably like at its peak. But it's kind of cool. I'm definitely happy that it exists, to say the least, even if it is like not perfect and a bit short. It's good though. Look at Harry Potter. We have a whole series on the first half of this series of games, and yeah, we'll do some more down the track at 5 to 7 as well. Yeah, I'm excited because I don't know. Again, I remember playing this game and I wasn't exactly happy with the first part of this game. Years 1 to 4, I was like, it's okay. But yeah, I'm keen to see how the series ends, I guess. Okay, Car Mechanic Simulator. I think I played maybe like an hour of this. It's definitely got that simulation feel to it, because all I wanted to do was just build something disgusting, and it was more of like a mechanic simulator, not much like a car building simulator. And that's on me. It'd be kind of nice just to build up a little car, have like a little workshop, but if it's anything like real car mechanics, you'd miss a bolt or something, and it's fucked for it. WWE 2K20, and I think I actually like this. Ironically like this. The story mode and stuff like that's quite fun. Just make up an abomination and go to town in the story mode, and I think that's kind of where I want to keep my sports games, in the absurd. Lego World. So this is like a Minecraft, but Lego. It's cool. I didn't play too much of this one. I don't think I really played anything of this. But I would want to try this again. It's just what Lego should be doing. You know, just have like an open world Lego game, or even in VR. It'd be kind of sick. Lego, you cowards, start it up. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So this is the one I mentioned earlier as we were going down the the collection. You're playing as a bunch of twins. That was like the big thing. It was like, oh, they're twins, blimey, and they're also British. What? Excuse me, Governor. I have fallen into the well, and I'm also British, and it is also London Revolution. No, yeah, okay, like it's like industrial era kind of beat. That sounds about right. But I've had good things. I don't know. I don't think I finished it. I don't really know anyone who's singing Assassin's Creed praises. I have a lot of Assassin's Creed games. God damn. Death Stranding. I liked Death Stranding. The story was weird, and it was interesting, and very silly, but it was cool. I definitely got to the point there where I was more building bridges than actually caring about what was happening in the story. I think the loop of it all was kind of just nice. The story was just there. And when I finished it, I was like, this is interesting. Didn't exactly get it, but I don't think I had to, because I rebuilt America. Lego Hobbit. Unfinished, sadly. Because when this game came out, the third film was about to be released or being like developed, and they released a video game off a trilogy that didn't exist yet. So it only gets up to the Desolation of Smaug, and then it ends, to a lot of people's disappointment. I don't know. This is not my favorite version. I have played The Hobbit as well, and I'm not happy with this, how they do it. It's very grindy, a little bit. But I could be saying that. I can't remember. When I replay it, I'll have a bit of an opinion. But Hobbit is not my favorite because it's also unfinished. Yakuza 0. I have only played Yakuza 0 and Kiwami, but what I can tell you is these games are fucking sick. It's Japanese mafia based in the 80s into the 90s, and it's crazy. It's wild. It's weird. And it's pretty swag, honestly. I can't tell you too much about it, but it's just think anime crime drama then mixed with random everything else. You go from fighting a bear to doing baseball to bowling with a chicken, and then internal crime dramas, mafia style. It's cool. It's cool. It's definitely a series I would love to just be playing to know what's happening, because it does get a bit wild. I don't know how much more wild it gets towards the bottom end of the game. There's so many now too. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. Fun fact, I really liked this game when it came out. I didn't play the multiplayer. I played the wave mode as the plants, and that was a lot of fun. Sitting with some friends doing some wave modes and unlocking new like abilities and stuff. It was pretty sick. Getting your cash up and just doing that stuff. I think it was pretty neat. Garden Warfare was pretty good. I don't think you needed 3 games of this, but I think you just make a solid one. You make it like Left 4 Dead. You just make it Left 4 Dead, but Garden, but like Plants vs Zombie style, and that would have worked. Not so much anymore, but Borderlands 3. I didn't finish this game. And it's not for like I didn't know why. I think when it came out, I just wasn't ready for it as a me. So when it came out, people were like, "Oh my god, this is the best game ever," or like it's fine. I definitely think the series peaked at 2, and that's just because 2 was just getting constant love. And I don't know. I probably people would say 3 got a bit of love, but not as much as 2 did. 2 just got love and love and love, and it was just the gift they kept on giving for players and for fans of the series, you know? I'm keen for the movie when that comes out. That's going to be awful. Detroit Become Human. You know, it's the same deal as the Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, but I think this one's a bit more goofy. So I think I'd probably be a bit more into this one compared to those ones, because they're not as like grounded in reality, and this is real life and everything that's happening. I know Beyond Two Souls is about like the devil and stuff like that, and demons and shit, but like, you know, this one's just got funky robots and the world's kind of interesting. Yeah, I might give this one a go at some point. But, you know, getting to the end of the list now, we've got Fists, which is quite new actually, I'm pretty sure. I've been hearing, I don't know, I haven't heard much about this, but it's got like a cyberpunky Think like Rocket Raccoon, like experimented animal vibe, and he just punches people. So that's kind of sick. Because I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts, the complete saga. You know, that's got all kind of 6 games leading up into the end game. And I mean, that was just obvious because I've been playing that. Dark Souls 2, because we've been playing that one on stream, and finally finishing that one with parts coming out soon. But yeah, Dark Souls 2, it's alright. It's definitely not better than 1, because the map is bad. Medieval! This is the remake of the game from, like, the PlayStation 1. There is a sequel. They obviously didn't remake the sequel, which is weird, because if you're going to remake, why don't you remake both? Wouldn't be that hard. A friend of mine stands by this game and says it's really good. He's, like, platinumed it and everything, so I definitely want to give it a go, but I'm also, like, on the fence about old school 3D platformers, because it might just be a lot of the same, and that is not what I'm kind of here for right now, I guess. Because if it's kind of the same, I can't really, like, react to it, I guess. But it would be cool to play it. I haven't played this. I played maybe played like 1 level, but like when it came out, and I wasn't 100% sold on it at the time. So yeah. So it turns out I found some more, just kind of hidden away and everything. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. I played probably a lot of 1, although no, 1's not my favorite. I do like 3. 3 and 2 are pretty solid, but again, with like series games, I just kind of play them at like, when I want to play them, I'll play the first one, and then I'll be like, oh, that's enough, and then I won't play the rest of them, although they may get better or may get worse. I really like Crash though. Crash has always got a soft spot in my heart. I mean, look, I'm nostalgic for the PS2 games. I know they're not very good compared to like these ones, but I'll still have a soft spot for the PS2 Crash. Okay, and we've got Binding of Isaac. I hate that I like Binding of Isaac. Not the fact that it's like bad or anything. It's just I don't usually play the PS4 version. I usually play the PC version, and I've spent maybe like 400 hours in it, and I'm not even close to finishing this game. Maybe I'm bad. Maybe I'm bad. This game's good though. Probably like hands down my favorite roguelike out there. There's nothing really else like it, which is like kind of why I find it appealing, I guess. Really good. I mean, if you like roguelikes, I highly recommend this game. I'm not going to review it, obviously, but, like, it's good. Just be ready to sink a lot of time into that thing. It's going to be a while. Tomb Raider. What is this? The Rise of the Tomb Raider. So this is the remake that came out. I think this is 2013, 2014 remake. So she's, like, the young Lara Croft. And it's good. I didn't really play this too much. I want to though. Shovel Knight. I'm kind of like flying through these a little bit, but oh my god, Shovel Knight has a soft spot in my heart. I'll tell you what, I didn't get around to finishing. Like, I played Shovel Knight when it came out, and before all the DLC, well, the extra content got released to it, so like Plague Knight and the other ones as well. Yeah, so I didn't get to play those. I would love to go back and replay the whole game and see all the new stuff that they added to it. But the base game itself is really good. In this version, because it's the PS4 version, you have like a bonus fight of fighting Kratos from God of War. And that's just sick. My little nostalgic racing game. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I really like this game. You know, cops versus races, and you can be the cops or the races, and just do a bunch of missions. Hard as heck, though. Towards the end, this game gets brutal. This game gets brutal towards the end. I don't think I ever finished it. 30 Seconds to Mars, I think. Sang the intro to this song. It's the intro to the like game, and it's just fun. It's just a fun time. You know, it's one of those ones you just put some headphones on, listen to some early teenage angsty music, and you just go to town, and it's just fun. It's probably my favorite Need for Speed game, I think. Hey, Spider-Man PS4. You can't have a PS4 collection without Spider-Man PS4. Honestly, I don't think you can, because Spider-Man is amazing. Very funny. Oh my god, the ending really hit me out of nowhere. Like, I was playing it and I was like, oh yeah, you know, action adventure game, and then the ending kind of came out and I was like, oh, ouch, pain. Game's good though. I mean, you'll never fast travel in this game because just moving around the city is stupidly good. I want to replay this, that, and the Well, obviously the DLC for this as well, because I didn't get around to playing that. I don't do DLC. That's the one thing you'll learn about me. If a game has DLC, and if it doesn't come included with the game, I'm probably not going to buy it, unless I really like the game. Last of Us Remastered. So this is not the new PS5 version. This is not Last of Us Part 1. This is Last of Us Remastered. So this is the one that came out around the same time the PS4 launched. Or like, in that early period of the PS4. So this is not the new version, but it's alright. I feel like, because I think I started playing this around the same time the TV show came out. It was interesting. It definitely heightened the aspects of the TV show that I enjoyed. I want to say I have issues with Last of Us, but I also don't at the same time. It's just one of those ones that make you look at it and go, Again, Last of Us is one of those series where you have to kind of be like wanting to play the entire thing in one sitting. Or not in one sitting, but like, that's your main kind of focus game. So if that's not what it is, you're not going to enjoy it as much. Like there's some games that are just like that though. But yeah, I think that is actually my now entire collection. So I want to say, if you want to see my Switch collection, please let me know, because I have a lot of Switch games I can show off. And make sure to like and subscribe. And if there was any games that you thought were interesting or cool, or you want me to have a look at and pop in and have a little stream of them and vibe, let me know, because I don't know, that just sounds like a lot of fun to me. It's always good to have this like little catalog thing. But until then, guys, stay swag, and I'll see you next time. Adios. Bye-bye. Hey, yo, this guy's cool. He should subscribe. Yeah.